Have you noticed just recently there's been a lot in the news about prisons which used to be jails, and the British government, oh, I love you British government, they're so wonderful, aren't they? You fantastic, I love you. You do such wonderful things for us, our public servants. Oh, you're so wonderful. I'll get him the sick bucket or the I'll die sick bag later. And yeah, apparently they're going to give 10 million to get new sniffer dogs in, and you know, these body scanners that are made by...
In prisons?
Yeah, in prisons. The new body scanners that are made by George Bush's brother, Marvin Bush. Marvin Bush, he was the guy that put all the explosives in the Twin Towers,
yeah.
Before they demolished them. And so I went on to Google, and other search engines are available. You can do a search on the internet, and you can find out. Say you type in Nottingham Prison, I think it's run by Serco. And then there's Birmingham Prison at Winson Green, which apparently has now been taken over back by the government, because who was running it?
G4S.
The private police.
Theresa May's husband has massive shares in G4S.
Oh, well, I never... Are you kidding me? Oh, seriously?
The treason that's going off there is ridiculous, and it's in your face.
So the government are giving money to G4S and Serco.
So basically, Theresa May is giving money to herself.
Anyway, getting back to Nottingham Prison. We had fun there once, didn't we?
Yes.
You need to ask permission to come in. Is it against the law? That doesn't matter. You still need to ask permission to come in. Is it against the law? Anyway, Serco is probably one of the biggest companies most people have never ever heard of. And they're operated by two brothers. One's called Rupert Soames, and the other one is called Nicholas Soames. You can look this up if you're interested, though. It's probably boring. And you'll never guess whose relatives they are. Yes, I would, because you told me earlier. Yeah, he already knows. Yeah, so I'm going to tell you now, they were grandsons of Winston Churchill.
Yes, the
He's that bloke that's on the £5 note. Have we got one?
We have.
If nobody knows who this treasonous murderer was, there's a picture of him. Yeah, that bloke. Yeah, and there's another treasonous murderer, although she doesn't hold the gun herself.
None of them did. They got
in God we trust, and all warships are Her Majesty's. Hey, guess what? All prisons are HMPs, aren't they?
Yeah.
Her Majesty's prison. So not only is it Her Majesty's prison, Her Majesty's warfare, Her Majesty's ships, Her Majesty's Navy. Well, there was Her Majesty's Army.
There was a thing in the paper the other day talking about that 3 billion ship that they've just built, and they were saying this will send the Russians running. And I'm thinking, right, so you've got an aircraft carrier with no aircraft, no support ships, and that's going to send the Russians running? Yeah. I don't think so. Again, do people realise why the British and the Americans having a go at the Russians, and look what's happening in Turkey? They devalued their money there. Apparently it's a great, good time to go. Time to go for on holiday there, if you can get hold of the Turkish money. Yes, because apparently it's hard to get hold of now. Well, we'll mention this again, what did Russia and Turkey do? They got rid of IS. Completely obliterated them. And then the liar who doesn't know what he's saying from day to day, Donald Trump. He's not lying, he's just got a bad memory. I didn't say that yesterday. There he is. Go on, Donald, do a dance. Go on, Donald. Go on, Donald, do a dance. Go on. Go on, Donald. Go on, Donald. I had Stormy Tempest. Stormy Daniels, Stormy Tempest. Go on, Donald, do a dance. Sister. It's not dancing very well today. Sun's not out. It's warm. It's very humid today. And anyway, so that was it about questioning about prisons. Oh, another thing that the government said this morning, because they love to line their mates' pockets, don't they? But just before you go on, move on, why did the government take the Birmingham prison back from G4S? Apparently G4S had put in all young lads, and they were falling asleep in the afternoon, and they couldn't control the drugs, and people were flying drones in with all sorts of mobile phones and drugs. And so basically the prisoners were running the prison? Yes. Like the lunatics had taken over the asylum. Just shows you that G4S, a Trump company you can trust. Oh, most definitely.
And Serco is one of the biggest companies you've never heard of. What else does Serco do around the planet, do you know? They transport prisoners, they run rail networks.
I think Serco owns Morrison's as well.
Oh, really? That's surprising. It's something I didn't know. But yeah, Serco, if you're interested, look them up.
Abel Dangers done quite a few talks on them.
So 10 million. 10 million pounds the government are giving to prisons run by G4S and Serco. Why can't G4S and Serco pay for it? They've got the contracts, haven't they?
Because it's private, so therefore we not pay for anything. You pay for it.
So they're private prisons, but they're called Her Majesty's prisons. And then there's warships and stuff. Do you know what that warship's called?
Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth. There's actually two of them. You need an app to get around them. The other one's called Prince Philip. What does that tell you about who's running wars on this planet?
Yeah.
Right? Okay? When will you all realise, negative other selves, public servants, that what you're doing to others, you're actually doing to yourselves?
And what you're not doing that you should be doing, you're actually not doing it to yourself.
Correct. Have a nice day.